It's easy to see why smartwatches are the latest technological trend to hit the market. These watches can do everything from tracking your fitness progress to guiding you home on a walk, but after extensive research, here is our list of the top 10 smartwatches on the market right now. Number 5. Microsoft Band 2. First impressions are favorable. The original Band was never the most comfortable to wear. The underslung second battery and rigid flat display made it so unwieldy that I only wore it when cycling to and from work. Otherwise, I took it off because it got in the way when typing and struggled to fit under a shirt cuff. Microsoft listened to its critics, and the sequel is far superior. The original Band was one of the most feature-rich wearables available, with sensors such as optical heart rate, ambient light, UV, skin temperature, galvanic skin response, and a 3-axis accelerometer and GPS. Band 2 improves on this count by including a barometer to track elevation. However, the holes required for the barometer and integrated microphone to function mean that the Band is not waterproof, only splash resistant. Swimmers will be disappointed because they cannot use it to track their favorite form of exercise. If you don't use GPS, the Band 2 should last up to 48 hours before needing to be recharged. This was a conservative figure on some days, but by the time I got home, I was close to 40%. With GPS enabled, however, I was cutting it close after cycling to and from the office. However, it only takes about 90 minutes to fully charge, so a quick charge when you get home will provide you with enough juice to get through a night of sleep tracking. Doing the same thing in the morning while getting ready for work will get you through the day. It's an improvement over the original, which required me to either bring the proprietary charger into work or only enable GPS for one leg of my cycle commute to last the entire day on a single charge. Number 4. Moto 360 Sport. For example, its silicone rubber band is a logical choice for wiping away sweat and grime after exercise, and it's certainly more comfortable to wear than its non-sport Moto 360 cousins metal and leather straps. However, as you can see in the photos, it picks up all kinds of dust and dirt daily. Instead, the Moto 360 Sport is almost entirely aimed at runners, and its optical heart rate monitor and built-in GPS set it apart from other Android Wear smartwatches. While heart rate monitors have appeared on several other Android Wear watches before, the Moto 360 Sport can track your pulse continuously throughout your workout to give you real-time feedback on how your pulse rate is changing and where it falls within Motorola's predefined heart rate zones. If you enable Moto Body, you can set a specific time, distance, or calorie goals, or simply jump into quick start mode if you're in a hurry. If you want to take a break, a simple double tap on the screen will pause the timer, and tapping end will save your data to its 4 GB of internal storage, after which it will sync to your phone when it's back in range. This data can be shared with other apps and services like Fitbit, Strava, MapMyRun, UA Record, and Google Fit. Although proper Moto Body run data is more detailed and thus more useful, it is still far from perfect. It includes graphs that show your pace, heart rate, and calorie burn per minute throughout your workout, as well as data on how your distance and pace compared to your previous records and how long you spend in each heart rate zone. Number 3. Samsung Gear S3 Frontier. As previously stated, the Gear S3 is available in 2 variants, Classic and Frontier. They have the same basic design, but the Classic is more focused on a clean look, whereas the Frontier is more focused on the feel of a sports watch. I tried out the Frontier, and I must say that it looks the part. It's made of dark gunmetal gray leather and has a thick but comfortable rubber strap. Both large and small options are included in the box. The buttons are knurled for a secure grip, and the bezel rotates with a light clicking action, similar to that of a diving watch. If you paid attention above, you'll notice that the Gear S3 includes a built-in GPS receiver, which its predecessor did not. That means, like the Apple Watch Series 2, it can track your location even when you don't have your phone with you, which is useful for runners who prefer to travel light. The Gear S3 performs admirably as a smartwatch. And, unlike previous Gear watches, it is not limited to only working with Samsung phones. It can be paired with any modern Android smartphone using the Samsung Gear app, which is a huge plus. Samsung is brave to keep plowing its furrow with Tizen. When compared to the Apple Watch or competing smartwatches running Android Wear, you do lose app support, and integration with third-party services is patchy. Number 2. Pebble 2. The original Pebble was a decidedly plasticky affair, which was understandable given its low cost in comparison to its fancier competitors. Whereas the design trend elsewhere has shifted to smartwatches that masquerade as traditional timepieces, Pebble watches have remained an undeniably technological item. The 144 by 168 resolution screen is surrounded by a thick, rather garish bezel, which means the actual screen is quite small in comparison to the size of the watch. It is detrimental to industrial design. With each subsequent watch, such as the Pebble Time, the underlying Pebble operating system that powers the watch's functionality has been refined over the year. As a result, many of the improvements have made it to Pebble 2. The timeline feature, for example, allows you to view your day in chronological order, bringing in calendar information and app alerts such as weather updates and sports scores. It's simple but effective, providing a quick snapshot of your day and relevant information. While on the main watch face, press the down button to access this. Even though the Pebble ecosystem has been around the longest, the Pebble app catalog does not compete with that of the Apple Watch or Android Wear smartwatches. There are some useful inclusions, such as Uber, and a few home automation apps that are useful to control from your wrist. I like being able to turn on my LifeX smart light bulb from my wrist, but the list of apps you'll want to install is far from exhaustive. Some companion apps, such as Strava, necessitate the installation of a standard app on your smartphone, which you can then control from the Pebble 2. Number 1. Apple Watch. Although the differences are minor, the larger screen is noticeable when the Series 7 and Series 6 watches are placed side by side. A 20% increase in the display area is not insignificant, and the borders around the edges are also slimmer. This isn't just for aesthetic purposes. It has an impact on usability, with larger buttons across the UI and enough screen space to include a full QWERTY keyboard for replying to messages directly on the watch's screen. Although dictation via Siri remains the most effective method of text entry on the Apple Watch, this works as well as you could hope. Apple has done nothing to improve battery life, which is disappointing. It's still rated at 18 hours with the screen in always-on display mode, which, in my experience, is about right. You can extend it to nearly 2 days if you disable the always-on display, but using the watch to track a run reduces it to just over 24 hours. The Apple Watch Series 7 is an outstanding smartwatch. It is the best smartwatch available. It does everything the Series 6 did, but with a larger screen, a sleeker design, better durability, and faster charging. I'm disappointed that Apple hasn't improved the battery life at all, but it appears that Apple Watch users will be stuck with 1 to 2 days between charges until something drastic happens. This brings us to the end of our list for today. Now please leave your personal favorites in the comments section, subscribe for more content like this, and don't forget to like the video.